Good evening. Welcome to our late evening Bible challenge. We've been over in the Kaiser area, and I just made it back to the church just in time to pull in here and talk just for a minute. I was reading from the book of Exodus early this morning before I even got up out of bed, and it was the end of the book in Exodus 39, and I found it interesting. It was a lot of the descriptions of what God was telling Moses to do as he put all the pieces together in the tabernacle, the place that they were going to worship God, and the place where God was going to come and dwell in the Holy of Holies there within that tabernacle. And God had given Moses specific instructions for all the pieces and how big and how long and what they were to be made out of, gold and silver and bronze and wood, and there were curtains and linens, and they were certain measurements and certain colors, and then there were little sockets and little golden pieces that the different parts of the tabernacle, the hardware. And then in Exodus 39, God is telling Moses, and I know Moses isn't doing, literally, he's not doing all the work himself. He's just in charge. He's supervising. But God has told Moses exactly what to do and what to put together and where it's to set. And it's interesting, this chapter. There are so many verses in this chapter that end with this phrase. Verse 1 ends, "As the Lord commanded Moses." And then verse 5 says, I'll just read you a couple verses that illustrate what I'm talking about. It says, "The curious girdle of his ephod that was upon it was of the same, according to the work thereof, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, as the Lord commanded Moses." And then verse 7 says, "As the Lord commanded Moses." And then you can drop down to verse 21. It starts saying again, "As the Lord commanded Moses." And so I'll read you another. Verse 26 says, "A bell and a pomegranate, round about the hem of the robe, to minister in, as the Lord commanded Moses." So God even told Moses what the outfit for Aaron, his brother, and Aaron's sons, who were going to serve as the priest. Aaron was going to be the high priest. And God told Moses exactly what Aaron's outfit, what his robe was to look like. And verse 29 says, "And a girdle of fine twined linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet of needlework, as the Lord commanded Moses." Verse 31 says, "And they tied unto it a lace of blue to fasten on high on the mitre, as the Lord commanded Moses." 32 says, "Thus was all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation finished, and the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses." Now, I just found it interesting as I read that chapter that it kept saying over and over. See, as Moses comes to the end, as we come to the end of the chapter, verse 42 says, "According to Moses, so the children of Israel made all the work. And Moses did look upon all the work, and behold, they had done it as the Lord had commanded. Even so had they done it. And Moses blessed them." And so all through that chapter, I kept hearing that as the Lord commanded Moses. And so Moses, he was in charge. He was the CEO of the operation of building the tabernacle. And he was making sure the people followed exactly what God said to do. There's verses in Proverbs that tell us. In Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 say, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And so the best thing we can do is follow what God says. And that's what Moses was doing, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Moses was trying to do right. He was the friend. He was the friend of God. If you want to be a friend of God, you do exactly what God commands. Have a blessed evening.